Alrighty, today we're talking about creating grooves, and specifically it's going to be about creating grooves from an improvisation standpoint. And to be honest, that kind of creating in any way is always going to be a little bit of improv, but I mean it differently. So if you watch my last video, it's all about improv, and it's not just improv, it's about literally dedicating like 30 minutes of a practice session, or every practice session if possible, into just sitting down and playing whatever comes to mind and just flowing, just letting it happen. And basically what can happen, and that doesn't just mean like pure chaos. Like a lot of the times I'll start to play a groove and I'll just sit in the groove and like add some stuff as I'm going, and add some fills, add some different ghost note stuff, bass, hi-hat, whatever. The ostinato will change. I don't know, whatever it may be. Essentially, like, you can sit in a groove and improv within that. And so since you're sitting in a groove, that groove can be taken out of that. Like if you're actually kind of thinking a little bit while you're playing, you can start to like what you're doing and add to it. But also you can learn from your own improv, and you can create from your own improv. So sometimes you'll surprise yourself and you'll start doing something and you're like, whoa, that sounds pretty sick. So let's take that out. That's the idea. Take whatever you like out and try to make something of it. Or if it sounds great how it is, then take it out, record it, or just remember it, and there you have a new groove or fill or whatever it may be. So yeah, basically I took a groove from an improv section and then I tried to expand on that, revise it, and make it better. Obviously that's subjective, but in my opinion, make it groovier. So basically, I'll show you the groove that I started with when I was improvising, and it was something like, so that's a cool groove already. I like I really like the hitting the snare in the E of 2 and that bass. But right off the bat, I was like, all right, this is cool. How can I make this better? So I took it out of the session, and that requires you being able to be present in the moment and listening and trying to create, and not just like playing whatever. So I know I said play whatever comes to mind, but having the mindset of being aware of what you're playing so that you can fix it. And that's a very important step in improv, because I'm not going to go into depth, but you'll see a lot of pro musicians. They'll start an idea and they'll mess it up, and then they'll go back into the idea and make it what they wanted it to be. And that requires a lot of attention and being able to understand the drum set very well and your own mind. So that is important, but that's a topic of a different video. So basically, yeah, I took this groove and then I was like, I want this hi-hat to be consistent eighth notes. I don't know why, that's just what I thought. So it already creates a little bit different of a feel, because this is just like, it's consistent. It's like keeping time almost. And then from there, I decided to mess with the bass drum. I don't know why, but I wanted another double in there. So instead of like there's almost no doubles. So what I wanted, I actually added 3 doubles technically. I started to go. And then I was like, all right, that sounds cool. I kind of messed it up. I started to do singles there, but that's fine. Basically, yeah, took that sound and I was like, all right, that sounds sick. I don't know about you guys, but I thought it sounded pretty sick. So I kept it, and I was like, we'll keep that. Yes, that's what keeping it means. I don't know what I'm doing this all spur of the moment, so I'm a little all over the place. But then I took the ride cymbal, and I didn't like how I was just going like, kind of. I think that's what it was. I wasn't keeping it consistent, and I want it to be consistent. So I decided to just simply keep that kind of normal ostinato. And then when I started to put it all together, nice. When I started to put it all together, I noticed that there were things that were colliding, and it wasn't even because of where they were placed. It was just because now it's requiring a lot more independence and focus. So I just wasn't lining up the notes correctly. So then I slowed it all down, and I did that. And basically what I mean, like the bass drum and the snare, that section, it's kind of weird. And that's because there's that, there's the two ghost notes and then the double there that are blending. So it's like, so instead of what you would normally be used to with like left and then kick, which is easier kind of, now you have left and kick and then kick. So it's like, so I just had to I messed up there, but I just had to slow it down and kind of match those so it actually sounded even. And then I noticed that the ride pattern was getting messed up when I was going that second, so I think that, what is that? Two and I think it's the maybe? Yeah, it's like the of two, I think. And that's because there's a hit here, but it's in between. So it's like, I don't know. That was messing me up. I don't know if that makes sense. I kind of was doing that weird there. But essentially, I'm just trying to get to the point that you improv, you find something you like, and then you revise it, but you focus on revising it. So now you're in like a different section of practicing because you're not really improving anymore. Now you're trying to take something and create off of it. And this is another thing that I think is like very important in drumming, because I have learned so much from just doing that. And even so, like even just by myself, not even with a band, I think it's better playing to and with musicians, because that's like, at the end of the day, that's what you're going to be doing, is playing with others. But being able to just sit and like create something that sounds good is a very, very important skill as a drummer. And believe it or not many, well, I don't want to say not many, there's many drummers that are great at it, but there's also a lot of drummers who don't even think to do it. There's a lot of drummers who who just aren't good at it because they haven't practiced it. But I think it's not only just going to make you better at creating, but it'll make you understand the drum set better and what sounds good. All right. So then basically I'll show you the complete revised groove that I have so far. Maybe I'll fix it a little more, but I think it sounds really cool. So basically it came from this. And now it is this. Yeah, so you get the idea. It's a lot different. It's also very tiring because there's like, it's a lot of just a lot of everything. This is constant. Feels like you're like dancing around the whole time, but that's kind of what I like in a groove. It sounds cool. Okay, so now I'm just gonna like improv and try to find a beat that I like. I have an idea in my head, so I'm just gonna try something. So I have that idea, like keeping. Kind of like a, I don't know, indie rock punk type groove. I don't know, but I liked when I went. Like that sounds cool with the hi-hat. Ah. This can take a while, so basically like find a groove and then just try to refine it in a way. So I don't know if like you heard the ideas, but having that like taking the hi-hat in place of the bass drum, so instead of, which sounds really cool, but that's a very common beat, you could then take the hi-hat you know what I mean? Adding that, and then you can add like a tom. I don't know, something like that. Yeah, so anyways, basically, that's a lot there, and I'm not going to finish that groove, but that was starting to be something, and it came off of improv and just like trying something random, and then you can create something, and that would fit really cool in like a, I don't know, like a, I think that would sound good in like a grunge or like punk indie type setting maybe. I've been listening to a lot of that stuff, so that's probably where that comes from. So yeah, that basically is a little bit of like taking a random improv thing and then trying to expand off of it and create something. And it's a lot of fun. So basically I want you to go and try that. Get on your kit, just sit and play whatever you got, and then take something from that. It doesn't have to be a groove. It can be a fill. It can be like, I don't know, a new pattern or something that you're noticing you're doing, and take that and expand on that and use that around the kit. And those are the things that can really teach you how to be an amazing drummer, especially in, depending on the genre, but like if you're in like a jam band, funk, jazz, blues, like those are kind of all based on improv in a way. So that'll really help. But so that is going to be the end of the video. I don't got much more to talk about right now. So I'll keep thinking of some new video ideas and try to keep them like this, relating to creativity, improvisation, with some things kind of snuck in there a little bit. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see ya in the next one. Yeah, I got nothing else to say. So black screen or outro thing.